Hello everyone and welcome to the hands-on demo on Amazon VPC. So this is the hands-on demo overview. So I will be creating a custom VPC and I will be launching one EC2 instance in that particular custom VPC. Then I will be using the default VPC and this is already there. We don't have to create it. And I will be launching one EC2 instance in the default VPC, and I will be showcasing that both this VPC EC2 instances are able to connect to each other even though they are in different VPC but on the public IP, because there will be a default security group rule that will allow these two EC2 instances to be able to connect to each other on the public internet. But the main point is that since they are in this in two different VPC, and VPC stands for virtual private cloud, they should not be able to connect to each other on the private IP. So this will have a private IP and this will have its own private IP. But since they are in two different VPCs, they will not be able to connect to each other. So this is the whole point of this particular demo. And also we will see how to create VPC, how to launch EC2 instances, and how to use Cloud Shell to connect to EC2 instances. So first step is to create a custom VPC. So for that I will log into AWS console. So I am in the console home and I will search for VPC. So click on VPC. Then by default there will be one default VPC, but I will be creating a custom VPC. So click on create VPC and provide the values. For example, we will be choosing the default VPC and more, because this will create other artifacts such as internet gateway, NAT gateway, and all the route tables. So I will keep auto generate. This will be project name. So I'll just say project. It will create a VPC with name project -VPC. For IPv4 CIDR block, I will accept the default value, no IPv6 CIDR block, and I will go with the default number of availability zones 2. One more thing, I am using North Virginia region, so that's why you will see this is automatic. It has automatically taken the US East 1A, US East. So it has launched. It will launch public private in 2 availability zone, and this information is coming based on that. So if I change that, this will get automatically changed and reflected upon. So but I will go with the default values. So 2 AZs, 2 public subnets, 2 private subnets. So 2 into 2, that will become 4, total 4 subnet, no NAT gateways, and VPC endpoints. So I can just none or S3 gateway. So default I will keep enable DNS host names, enable DNS resolution, and additional tags. So I am not giving any additional tags, and click on create VPC. So you will see at this point it will launch all these different objects, or it will make all the different configurations. So subnets, creating internet gateway, attaching internet gateway to the VPC, creating the route table, creating routes, associating route tables, and creating route table for the other subnet, and verifying route table creation, and associate S3 endpoint with private subnet route tables. So this is all the configuration and objects it has made. So I'll just click view VPC. So so this lab slides will also be available as part of this video. So if you want, you can follow along this video or just refer to the slide also. So we have seen all these default values. Okay, this is the custom VPC summary. So we are seeing the custom VPC summary over here. So if I just close this, so this is the custom VPC summary, what we have seen. So it has created all the objects, and the next step is the resource map. So if I go down, this is the resource map. So at this point there should be 2 VPCs visible. So if I click on your VPCs, so there are 2 VPCs. Default does not have any name, and the project VPC. Okay, now I will be launching an EC2 instance in the custom VPC, and this I will give a name of my EC2. So for that I have to launch EC2 service. So I'll just search for EC2, open link in a new tab. So currently I don't have any EC2 running, so I'll just click launch instance, give the name as my EC2. So keep all other values as default. So you just keep quick start, Amazon Linux 2023 AMI, instance type T2 micro, free tier eligible, key pair login. So I don't have any key pair, but I will create a new key pair, and I will give the value name key pair as my key pair 1. Paste. Okay, so I'll just use PEM format, because this time I will log into EC2 using Cloud Shell, so it will be same for everyone. Whether you are using Windows or Mac, the procedure will be same. So create key pair. So I'll just use the my key pair 1, and moving on. Just choose the default setting of create security group and allow SSH from. I'll choose the anywhere. Okay, sorry. So I have to change this because I'll be launching in. I have to change this because you have to select custom VPC and select one public subnet from the custom VPC, and make sure you choose auto assign public IP. So there are 3 settings which I need to modify. So just click on edit, and instead of this is by default, it will take the default VPC. So make sure you choose your custom VPC and choose the public subnet, and auto assign public IP enable, and keep other things you can keep, like create security group, and just allow SSH because we will be doing one test of how to connect to each other. So source type anywhere, and 22, because after this lab I will be deleting those EC2 instances. Okay, so I think that's all. Keeping all other values default. Okay, yeah. So just launch an instance. So just confirm whether it is launching in public subnet, right, and enable. Okay, so and click launch instance. So this will go ahead and create a my EC2 in the custom VPC. So this will take some time. So in the meantime, I can create another EC2 instance in the default VPC. So okay, let it run because I want to show this part also. So okay, so I'll go to instances. So I'll launch Cloud Shell. So click on Cloud Shell. Click this open in new browser tab. Close it here and okay, so I'm just keeping the largest font size and light theme. Okay, so now I should try to connect it. So before I connect, I have to upload the PEM file. So what I can do, actions, upload file, upload the PEM file. Okay, so file is uploaded successfully. So if I do ls-la, I should see the file. Okay, next is to just change the okay, so I'll just change these because file permission. Otherwise, when we connect, it will give an warning saying that the file permissions are too open. Okay, and now I can take the connection string. So I just click connect and click on SSH client, and you should see a connection string. So copy the whole thing, and from Cloud Shell, So it is now trying to connect, and say yes. So now I am inside the EC2 instance which I have launched in the custom VPC. Okay. So we have done this step, and we have logged into the so we can see this particular EC2 instance. So if I just click the instance ID, so you'll see it has a public IP and it has a private IP, which is exactly which is as per the custom VPC setting, the default. So it is 10.0.00 and /16. So it falls under this range. Okay, next is to launch an EC2 instance in the default VPC. So I'll come to EC2 instance dashboard and click on instances, launch instance, and give it a name. So I'll just give it exact name as per the labs. Okay, and keep all the default setting, and I'll use the same key pair. I just have one. And the network setting, I am not changing anything because it is by default, it is taking the default VPC. So if I just click edit, it is the default one. So auto assign is public IP already is enabled, and it will just create a security group for me to log in. And for this also I am keeping SSH from anywhere, and that's all. And click on launch instance. So it has successfully initiated the launch. So if I click on instances and click on refresh, so this instance is being launched. If I click the instance ID, so you would see it is the range for private IPv4 is falling under the default VPC CIDR range, and it has a public IPv4, but that is anyway, that has no connection with the CIDR range. But this and that between a default VPC EC2 and custom VPC is different. Okay, so next is I should try to log in first to make sure that it is up and running. So now I will try to log into the default VPC EC2 instance. So I'll copy the public IP, so I'll take this and paste it over here. So click on yes. So all cool. So it is now I'm into the second default VPC EC2 instance. So now I'll be testing a connectivity test from custom VPC to default VPC and other way around. Okay, so first let's go back to the custom VPC first and click exit. So this is my custom VPC EC2 instance, the first one. And to test it, I will just install some tool called NC NetConnect. And NetConnect is a quick way to just test the connectivity on some certain port, because I know there's only one port which I have opened, and it is opened from anywhere. So it can be logged in from any kind of source IP. So I'll just install this quick tool. So I'm on my first custom VPC EC2, and after that I should try to see if I can connect. So public IP, so this should be able to connect because this is open for everyone, and I have to replace this IP with the public IP of this particular EC2 instance. So I'll take this one. So it shows connected to on public IP. Now I will do the other test wherein I try to connect on the private IP. So if I copy this Now I have to replace the private IP. So you will see it is not able to connect. It is trying to connect, but it's not. It will time out after a few seconds. So herein I am trying to connect from my custom EC2, which is in custom VPC, to the default VPC EC2 instance, and it has failed because they are totally different virtual private clouds and connectivity is not there. Okay, next is I'll just exit out and I will log into the other second test. Okay, so we have tested this part, and second is to from default VPC to custom VPC. And same, we've got this machine also need net connect, so I'll install it. Okay, and for this I have to take the other instance ID information, so I'll open that in EC2 instances. So my EC2 this is the first one, so I'll click this so that I have all the information right in front of me. And first is the public IP connection test. So this is connected public network. Next is to do the other test for the private IP. So copy the private IP, paste it, okay, yeah. So again timeout, so it is not able to connect on the private IPs because they are totally separate virtual private clouds. And that's all, I think. Now I'll just do the cleanup. So first is to delete EC2 instances because I no longer need them. So I go to EC2 dashboard, click on instances. I'll select all of them and click on terminate. So it will shut it down. Next is to delete the custom VPC because it is unnecessarily occupy space, even though it does not cost, but there is no need for us to keep it. So I go to this tab and click on the custom VPC, actions, delete VPC. So it is still shutting down the EC2, so just wait for a few seconds. And if I try now, okay, now I just have to type in delete and it will make sure it is automatically delete all the other artifacts or objects which it has created. So click on delete. So you can check out, it is deleting all the things which it has created during the creation process. Okay, so if I refresh now, so there is only default VPC which is visible. And that's all. Thanks for watching.